Hey everybody, it's me Jill from Creating with Love on YouTube, Creating with Love Crafting on YouTube, and Creating with Love Crafting Group on Facebook. 1,600 members strong. So I've come to you with a new project that I have seen made on YouTube, and I forgot who the girl was, but I'm going to be doing a little series of drink packets for the fall. So this one right here is a tea packet. So this is just made out of regular craft paper. And this craft paper is 6 inches wide by 8 inches long. So I'm going to be using one piece of this craft paper. But before we really get into it, I am going to show you the inside of this tea holder. This is for people if they're a tea drinker and they don't drink cocoa, or they don't drink coffee, or they don't drink apple cider mix. You could just make this for them, if they're not feeling well, or if it's really cold and you're just thinking of them. And on the inside, I put decorative paper. So now I'm going to show you the teas that I have that would look really nice in here and would go well because they're fall teas. Here's blueberry muffin I have, and green tea is a constant for people in my family. And then this is Darjeeling tea. It's a very black caffeinated tea. It's really nice. For people who don't like caffeine, this one is decaffeinated. And I believe this one is decaffeinated. Also, someone gave me a box of sore throat tea. So if you know somebody who's not feeling well, this has lemon and, I can't even say it, echinacea tea. Echinacea. Okay, echinacea. So, if you know somebody who doesn't feel well, just give them, slip one in there, slip the next one in here, close it up, put the ribbon back in and tie it in a bow, and just give it to them, because it helps people to know you're thinking about them. Here's the rest of the teas. Apple cider, which is a fall flavor, and I have salted caramel, and that's really yummy at home in my pantry. And this one is pumpkin spice. It's a hearty spice tea. But, it's always good to give the teas that are already wrapped in their own little tea bags still, in their own little wrappings. Okay? So, when you give a tea, make sure they're already wrapped in their own little wrappings. So, I'm going to teach you how to make this. Okay? All right, I'm going to keep this ribbon with this. I have another ribbon that I'm going to use that I'm almost out of, but I'm going to use the rest of it. It is from Offray. I think it's 1/8 of an inch wide. So we're going to use this and to close it. We could also use, I have Velcro. I could also use Velcro for this project, but I'm choosing to kind of use the ribbon. So anyways, I'm going to put the tea back. I'm going to take this border off of here. And we're going to get to the folding. So all we're going to do is, you see how this one is folded, right? It's almost all the way to the top, but you don't want to bring it all the way to the top. Okay, you don't want to bring it all the way to the top because you want this little lip in the back to be able to, you know, if you make these pockets here, you want to be able to slip the T in and have the backing to support it. And you don't want to have to, like, try to open it up if it's even. You'll have an easier time if you make the back longer than the front. So, I know we could do that. Let's see. I'm actually, see, this is about, I would say, that's about a 1/2 inch right here. That's about a 1/2 inch. And I will turn the ruler and show you it's about a 1/2 inch. So I would like the back lip to be a 1/2 inch. So what we're going to do now is we're going to actually press it down like this, like so. This is very simple, very easy, very quick. And I don't have a bone scorer, so I use the end of my scissors for that. And then we're just going to fold this in half like so with the folded part on the inside so we can make our pockets. So just make the ends even, press down. You know how you fold. And you use your scissors just to flatten it out. And there, see, on the inside now, you have your little lips and your little pockets. So we're just going to open it up. And I'm going to do this sideways. I know you can see me sideways. So I have this runner tape. I really like it. But it doesn't hold a project like this in place. Kitty hair. It won't hold a project like this in place on its own. We're just going to go down the edges to the end. See what I did? Right down to the edges to the end. So there you go. So I use this tape to grab onto this, but I also use Aleene's Turbo Tacky Glue. It has a lot more resin in it, and it hardens a lot harder than most glues. If you need to do a project like this, so I'm going to shake it. I'm going to put a tiny little line down, okay? Just tiniest line down. Real skinny. See? Real skinny lines. Then I'm just going to fold it up and just burnish the ends. Okay? Got it? So there you have your pockets in there. But be careful because it will let go because the glue is still a little wet. So you have to make sure you let it dry just a tiny bit. So the papers I want to use, I'm going to get them, are this paper from my fall package from Michaels. And I'm going to mix it with this paper, which goes with this paper. It came in this paper. It actually has the word hot tea on it right here. So I'm going to try and incorporate the word hot tea in this project. Okay? So we're going to use those two papers. I am not a measurer, but I'm going to have to measure for you guys. So from the opening of the lip down, we're going to measure down 2, and I would say, I can't even measure that. Okay, so almost 2.5. No, it's more than 2.5. 2 3/4, almost 2 3/4. So what I want to do is I want to cut a piece of this paper right here, this paper, at 2.5 wide by, and this is 4 inches. So I would say 3 1/4 inches long. I want to cut 2 pieces of paper. So to me, it kind of gets confusing when I start marking it out, but I'm going to do it. So what did I say? 3? I would say 3 3/4 inches. I didn't mean to say 3 1/4. I meant 3 3/4. So I'm going to do 3 3/4 here. And that's the length that will go over here by 2 1/4. Because didn't we say it was 2.5? So actually I gotta do this again because I forgot. So we said, I said this was, okay, 2 3/4. So I gotta do 2.5. So 2.5 long. Boink. Or 2.5 wide. So I'm just going to take my little trimmer. Actually, I wasn't going to do this one. Okay. But I'm going to do this one on the inside. That's mistake number 1. I forgot, right? So I'm not going to worry about mistake number 1. So what I did was, I'm going to go down almost all the way down here because I'm going to need the same length. And the same width. So see how those are going to fit in there with little borders. See? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trace it out. So I don't have to measure again because I forgot. So see where that line is? I don't think you can see, but I put a line in there because I made that as my template. So they're both going to actually fit, I believe. It's very hard for me to figure out angles and whatever, stuff like this. So here we have 2 pieces of paper that are the same. And we're going to put them on the inside here. And then I want to cut 2 pieces of paper. I actually going to use a 3rd piece of paper, which goes with the cardstock, which goes with, yeah, all the papers that I have. So I'm going to use this one too. And I'm going to put this extra one over there. So this one will be for the back, and this one will be for the front. So the back, we're going to crease it again, and we're going to measure here and here and here and here. So on the outside, we want this is like almost, this is 3 1/4 inches wide by 4 inches across. So we're going to go 3 3/4 inches long. By, what did I say? Okay, here we go. See, I'm getting confused. 3 inches down. So, we're just going to cut down this way. All the way down that way. And then I did make a mark, but I cut the mark. So, we'll see what happens if I can do it. So we're doing 3. Okay, so we have a square for the back. You'll see it fits on the back perfectly. See that? So now I'm just going to trace out. I'm not going to measure anymore because I'm getting confused on video and I don't want to do that and look like a ninny. So I'm just going to trace out. Can you guys see? Okay, I'm just going to trace out this one shape here. So I'm just going to go line, trace, and trace. Okay, so I'm going to cut it out on my trimmer, and we'll have 2 of the exact same size for the outside. Actually, this is very confusing to me sometimes. I'm sorry, people. I actually don't want to use the trimmer for this, but I cannot cut straight with the scissors. Now, if I wasn't demonstrating, actually I'm going to cut with the scissors up here. If I can do a good job, I'll do it. Let's see what I'm doing. I found the line that I drew, and I'm cutting to the other edge right there. And now we just have to trim the end here. So I actually have a cool pair of scissors that I like using once in a great while. And, oh, where did I put them? They're right here. I just got these. And I think I got them from Walmart. I just wanted some edgers. And I really didn't have, a lot of money. So I picked up just two pairs of scissors. I like this pair. It's zigzags. So we're just going to go just along the edges and just trim it out. See that? How pretty. It just makes it like a jagged edge. And when we do the cocoa packets and the apple cider packets, I'll probably do the same thing with this. But I like this. I really do. I used to have a lot of edging scissors, but something happened to them. I had to give up a lot of my crafting stuff. And actually, I started out a year ago, and I have a lot more than I did then. So, okay. So here you are. Here's your front. You have the insides. You have the insides. You have the front. You have the back. Now, I'm going to trim out the back. Okay. just because I want a finished look with my product. And really, if you can't, really like afford to give gifts, people love homemade gifts, and actually the food gifts go a lot better. I would make my pastor and his wife, she's a pastor too, I would make them a food gift every year, or a food drink gift. I would buy a mug, and I would get like cocoa mixes and little treats of cookies for him, and I would get her teas. And I couldn't do it a couple years in a row, and I felt really bad. And last year I made her a snowman shirt and a snowman, just a regular sock snowman with rice in it. And it just made me feel good to be able to give my pastor and his wife something for their home to decorate that was handmade by me. It didn't cost a lot to make. The sock snowmen, if you go to the Dollar Tree, it only would cost you, I would say, 50 to 80 cents to make one. And to give it away and see someone smile is priceless. So I was just trying, we're probably going to get into those kinds of projects when it comes closer to Christmas. I'm probably going to make those things. Okay, back to this. Now I am going to adhere or glue or just tape. I'm not going to tape them because they're not going to stay with just tape. I'm going to adhere, which is what the crafters say, the papers where they belong. So I'm doing the inside papers now. As you can see, I am doing the edges. Then I'll make one zigzag or an X in the middle. You could see what I did, see? But I'm also going to use my Aleene's tacky glue because it helps it stay on. These do come apart. I do like this tape, but the tape is used for grabbing immediately and not letting the project move around while the glue is drying. So look at all the cute little words on here. Family, autumn, cozy, boots, scarves, bear trees, hot chocolate, apple picking, light breeze, and then there's hot tea, blankets, pumpkins, light breeze, and then it just goes on, family, blah, 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 goes on and on and on. So I just think that, and I love these words because it just kind of helps someone feel cozy, to give that person you're giving this tea to a cozy feeling. And if they take the time to read the words like I do, it kind of makes you feel that somebody thought about you, which I actually do think of giving my projects away. And my husband says, why don't you join a craft fair and sell them? But I think that blessing people would help too, It helps them, puts a smile on their face, makes me feel good. Can you guys see what I'm doing? So we have the inside put together, and that's good enough for the inside. So I'm just going to turn it over, and I'm going to press and burnish it down so it doesn't really come off. It can just stay and dry. So now we're going to do the back. This is the front. So we can't forget that this is the front, okay? So when we lay it out, we're going to have the back piece with the back. So I don't forget. Okay? Because sometimes I have done things backwards. And we're just going to adhere or glue or tape. I would much rather say tape or whatever. I'm doing my thing. My own thing. And I'm going to put glue on it again. This video is going to go straight through. I'm not going to pause it. I don't think. I don't think we should. This is like such a short. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Okay, so we got borders going around there. And we're going to press it down. Very good. And then we're going to do the edges of this one with the tape. Burnish means to press or to rub into place to kind of like get the glues and the tapes to be able to grab harder. Yeah. Very small lines. Not a lot of glue. You don't need a lot. I want to get that glitter art glue that everybody on YouTube is playing with, that they absolutely love. This is kind of like that, but it doesn't work on this craft paper very well. It comes off the craft paper. It depends on what paper you're using. So I'm using the Aleene's glue. So now I'm going to put some of these things back. So I don't make a mess and you'd think I'm a slob. Which I was furious with myself for my desk earlier because I had to really clean it before I came on camera. So now I'm actually going to be using these stickers that this I will be tracing out a shape in this paper to put on top of here. So I'm going to do that now. And I'm going to show you. I'm making like an embellishment. It's really cute when you do this. So I traced this shape out. This is from a sugar-free juice canister we have to get because people in my house are diabetics. And I just saved these. And I was watching another YouTuber, Tracy Phillips, and she said there's shapes all around you, which I kept thinking, well, where am I going to get this shape so I could make that shape? How am I going to make that shape and do this and that? And then she gave me an epiphany. There are shapes all around you. So I started looking at my items around the house differently. And honestly, that woman is so smart and so crafty. I really learned a lot from her. She's great. And she's part of the reason why I not broke off from her group. I didn't break off. I'm still in her Facebook group, Gift Basket Appeal, but she just is so inspiring. And I still watch her. I am subscribed to her channel, Gift Basket Appeal. I think she's just a great person, and she's smart and funny, and her and her husband just have a blast, you know. So this was, I bought papers in, I think it was Joann Fabrics that were 80% off. I can't remember now. It was either Joann's or Michael's. 80% off. I'm going to end up cutting this out somehow, making it kind of smaller. So it's going to go right there. And it says, thinking of you. So I'm going to put no, I don't have any left. I wanted to put the sore throat tea in this one that we're demonstrating to make. But that's okay, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere this onto here and adhere that onto there. And with these little stickers, I'm going to place the stickers all around it. And then we're going to make holes here and put the ribbon in and tie it off. And we're done after we put the tea in it. So I'm going to, where is it? Just along the edges. I really do like this tape. I know it's expensive. I want to get a A2 gun or whatever they call it. ATG gun. I really need to start getting stuff that I need for my crafting, because people are starting to say, hey, can you make this for my grandchildren? I have to make an envelope flipbook album for someone's unborn grandchild for Christmas. And then when they're born, they get that and the mother can use it to start out. And my daughter asked me to make my granddaughter a little book, which I did make. And I do have a video on it. I made that. So the video's coming out next week. Maybe, or maybe earlier. I don't know. You see these leaves? I got these from AC Moore. And they were $1. They were $1, which I was pretty impressed with $1. And then I got 30% off, and these were 70 cents. So I'm very, very impressed. You know, I loved going to that store. So I'm going to put a little bit of ATG or whatever you want to call this. I'm going to put the double-sided tape on, sticky tape. Everybody calls it sticky tape. So I'm just going to surround this little packet, you know, all this words with leaves. Because it is fall, and it's a wonderful time of the year. I'm doing this sideways so you can see how it's done. I hope it makes sense to you. I really, really love these leaves. They're beautiful. They're foil. And they're embossed. I mean, they have real creases in them. They're gorgeous. See? I hope the camera's picking it up. There you go. And when you move them, it kind of like, it's like, you know, the shade goes in different places. So, how does that look so far? So I'm going to put like a gold leaf up in the corner. And maybe we'll be done with the leaves. How's that? I think that's pretty okay for now. Just giving you an idea. If it doesn't, you know, if you think there's something other than the leaves that need to go on it, you know, just slap me a comment down below. So now we're going to close it we're going to take, this is my little hole poker. It has a very, very small hole. If you take the bigger hole poker, it won't really look good. So you're going to go right about in the middle of the project, okay? I'm trying to show it at an angle where, you see, it's a very small hole poker. You're going to go right about in the middle of the project, which I can't see if I'm in the middle. There we go. See? And I'm going to press. It doesn't want to go. So what I'm going to do is poke a hole in the first one. And then there's an indent for this one. So that's good. And we have our holes. So I heard something fall, and I'm not happy because things keep falling on me because I don't have adequate stuff. Uh-oh. My chair went lopsided, and I don't know how to fix it, but I'll fix it when I get off. So here's the ribbon that I told you I was going to use. So we're going to just snip off a piece. Okay? And then here is the Christmas ornament hook that I bent so that I can fish a ribbon through holes. So one side of the ribbon I'm going to make shorter than the other so I could just poke up through. See this? Look how I made the ribbon shorter than the other, but I'm going to hold it like this so I could just poke up through the holes. And I'm going to pull. It's like sewing, but you're not sewing. I don't sew, but it's like, yeah. So now we're going to tie this shut. This is so uncomfortable. My chair just bent. And tie a bow. And, okay. But what I did not do was put the T inside. So we're going to have to, and I made a mistake. So if I make a mistake, forgive me, but we can also fix the mistake. So I'm going to use spiced apple cider and pumpkin spice. How's that? We're going to mix the teas up. And we're going to slide them in to their holders. And how cute is this that you can see them in there and it's green and orange. And this is just to warm somebody up. Tell them you're thinking of them. Tie a bow. Let's see how I'm tying a bow, which I hate tying a bow with ribbons, but I do it. And then once you get your bow evened out, which drives me nuts when it's not even. I don't know why. I have to be a perfectionist with a bow. I do. There you go. You snip the ends of the bow. And it's ready for gifting. It's just ready for gifting. Isn't that adorable, everybody? It's really simple, really pretty, and it's quick. You don't have to put anything on the back. If you want to, you can. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to end this video until I go through and find a sticker that my friend gifted me with. So, I'm going to put, let's see. This is the day that the Lord has made. Be glad he hath made it and rejoice in it. So I'm just going to put this on the back. How's that? Another little message on the back. Have a great day, everybody. If you like this video, please push like. And if you want to subscribe, push subscribe below. If you want to get notifications, push the bell. And come and join me on Creating with Love on Facebook. It's a group for crafters, and they can show off their wonderful creations. And continue to watch me as I continue to make videos on Creating with Love Crafting YouTube. And keep creating with love. God bless you all.